Good morning, traders. Today is Monday, March 28th. My name is Charles, and this is the Pirate Traders live stream. All right, well, all in all, I'm feeling pretty bullish this morning. The reason being that I feel like yesterday's trade, Friday's trade, was pretty bullish overall. It was basically just a giant rotational day. If you look at the market profile as a whole for the day, it's basically just a bell-shaped curve. Okay, a majority of the time and majority of the volume was brought in the middle. And so that is neither bullish nor bearish in and of itself. But the fact that we were dancing around what was the high of a 3-day balance, and we closed all the way up here, clearly closing above that balance, that is bullish to me. So on Friday at the close, it felt bullish to me that we had broken out of this 3-day balance that we had been stuck in. And so the fact that the overnight over the weekend just basically traded above that level as well is also bullish to me. So I'm looking for support right around that balance area high, pretty much somewhere between 45.13 and 45.08, basically this area in here. I am looking for support if the market trades lower this morning. And then if it cannot find support there, if it fails to find support by this first large volume node at 45.08, I would look for continuation lower to start to repair some of the weakness we left behind. But my assumption is we will find support in here if we do test this area. Could also find some support in this area around the point of control from yesterday, so around 45.20 area. Either of those finding support would be bullish for continuation as a breakout of balance, right? We just broke out of the balance on Friday at the end of the day officially. It was a 3-day balance, so we would expect to get at least a day's worth of excess to the upside. And my target to the upside is the large volume node that we have on the cumulative up here at 45.63. That seems like a reasonable place for the market to go today if the bulls are in fact in charge. We are opening inside the previous day's range, so we would expect chop here at the market open, the market to grind up and down. The overnight inventory is a little bit net short, but not that much. So nothing major in terms of a counter auction. So let's just watch the chop here in the first half an hour of the day, see where the market finds support. Can it find support in here or down in here? And then work its way back above Friday's high. Getting above Friday's high is bullish for continuation to the upside. Really probably getting above 45.34 and finding support there would be good for continuation. So I would say I'm pretty bullish, optimistic. If you have not already, please smash that thumbs up button. Only 17 people have pushed it. Let's see if we can get like 50 likes going here this morning. Is it doable? Can we get those thumbs up before the market even opens? Oh, thank you guys so much for those likes. I really appreciate it. All right, the market's open. Let's watch the chop. Where do we get support? Where do we get resistance? Can the bulls continue this breakout? Chris Yee, good morning to you. Welcome. Diego is here. Good to see you. Scooball in the house. Hello to you. Cyrus is here. Welcome. Philip, good morning to you. Jose in the house. Jeremy Jones. Caffeine. David Glass are with us. Welcome, guys. Dean back with us. Good morning to you. Arthur, welcome. Rev in the house. Greetings to you. Designs nobbin. Cool, bro. You do you. Hustler forever. Good morning to you. MW, welcome. Boss man, good morning to you. Fat Thor, Guten. Ravi, good morning to you. Amir, welcome. All right, so there was your counter auction to the upside for what it was worth. And they did find resistance right at the first little node of resistance above. So I think we're going to get some chop here this morning. I would say next support below is about 45.25. And then if that one fails, 45.20. Good old chop. Indecision, first thing on a Monday morning. All right, well, getting back through what would have been resistance just above the halfback is a little bit bullish. So now we're looking for support. Can this area around 45.29 hold as support for continuation higher? NQ, yes, looking a little more bullish than the ES, already above yesterday's high and above the overnight high. So that is bullish. All right, so can the market find support here, or does the chop need to continue? Do we need to pull back down to the lows, or can the halfback hold for continuation to the upside? All right, guys, I might be a little bit early putting up the bullish banner here because we haven't quite been able to get the ticks back above the zero line yet today. And we are still in the chop zone. But if we get above yesterday's high, above Friday's high at 45.39 and find support there, this market's likely to get continuation to the upside, targeting that large volume node at 45.63. So I'm a little bit early getting bullish. I should really be waiting for the push higher that comes back down and finds support. But I feel bullish, so let's see what happens. Okay, that A period high is now considered weak because it is one tick from yesterday's high. So that is in need of repair. Looking for support here. And looking to get those ticks above the zero line. Scoop ball, I'm waiting a little more. NQ needs a pullback. It could bring the ES with it. Yeah, it would be nice to see the NQ tests like yesterday, test Friday's high. 14,807. But at the moment, they're building up volume at a higher price. Volume node, push volume node. We know what that is often the first sign of continuation. Okay, so once again on the NQ, looking for support around 14,819. ES around 45.32. I will have to switch to neutral if we can't get these ticks above the zero line soon. Okay, so getting above Friday's high is a little bit bullish to see. And of course, we expect a little bit more of a pop, and then we'll see what happens when it pulls back down. Can it find support? Looking for support right around yesterday's high. Right now, we're getting resistance. JTrader, support the like button. Yes, if you like the like button, push the like button to show it some support. Speaking of support, are the buyers stepping in here at Friday's high? Sure looks like they are. All right, well, I'm waiting for the ticks on the NQ to catch up here, but otherwise it looks bullish. We're bringing in buyers above Friday's high. So we're starting to build that support. All right, well, the volume is a little bit thin on the way up to this node we're currently creating here, so I think we need to pull back and backfill at the very least to 45.42 to get this level with only 192 contracts. But if not, one more time back towards yesterday's high for a little stronger support. GameStop, still getting GameStopped. Oh boy. Pump it. Oh, kids will have their fun, won't they? Crypto's getting pumped too lately. The corn's up to 47.7. Couple new people joining. Welcome. Happy to see you. Please smash that like button. Show some support. What do we got going on in the markets here today? Well, we had a 3-day balance last week, which the market needed to balance off all the excess to the upside we created with this big move higher we just had. So we spent 3 days balancing around, and then on Friday we finally broke out of that 3-day balance, which was a little bit bullish to see. And this morning, we opened, and now we have value completely higher than yesterday. So that is bullish to see. And we got above Friday's high and pulled back down and found support at it. We may retest it again right now. And that is bullish to find support. So far things are pretty bullish here. Price-wise anyway, but the internals are very mixed. So I would say at this point, if we get below 45.34, I would be back to neutral, as we should be able to find support here literally right now if we're going to keep this bullish move going. All right, well, I'm back to neutral with the support breaking there, and the ticks looking so bad. I'm back to neutral. It's important to note I'm not bearish. It's not that I necessarily think the market needs to have any kind of large pullback. I just don't think we quite have the juice for the continued breakout just yet. So I'm going to need to see these ticks start to trend higher to trust any big move to the upside. Tina, it's way too early in the morning for me to sing like that. Going off the rails on a crazy train. No. 80s ballads in the afternoon only. Laser Eye, good morning to you. Freddie, good morning to you as well. David V in the house and Slim Jim, welcome. All right, so now Friday's high that was support earlier is becoming resistance. So that is a sign that we don't quite have the buyers yet. We may need to pull back down towards the 45.30s, looking for support. Screwball ticks look bullish. Yeah, but they've been faking us out all morning. As soon as they turn green, I get bullish, and then they whipsaw right back down. So they got to prove it to me here. All right, once again, do I sound like a broken record? Looking for support at yesterday's high. Will it hold this time? Sometimes that's what the market does. It keeps testing and testing and testing until you're sick of it and you stop paying attention, and then boom, it takes off. You guys can see, though, how it's using this reference, yesterday's high from the regular, or Friday's high from the regular trading hours close, okay, as support and resistance. When it got above there in the A period, it came back down. It tested it a few times, gave it enough juice to get higher, broke through, pushed up, found resistance there, gave it enough juice for a push lower there in the B period, broke through again, came back down, tested it for support, failed, pulled through again. Now it's becoming resistance again, right? So we can just assume that this level is really important. And whichever way we break, we're likely to get continuation. So yeah, I think this little node that we're creating right here, this is a two-sided battle taking place. Equal number of buyers and sellers competing right now. So whichever side wins, we're likely to get a bit of a move in that direction. So if the sellers win, I would say at the very least to test the opening price around 29, if not new lows. And of course, if the buyers win, I think we get new highs. Go test that overnight high. But the battle is being fought, and it could go either way at this point. And it looks like the sellers are taking control. So I'm looking for support around the open and monitoring for continuation lower from there. Man, this market is playing it close to the vest. It's giving us no insights whatsoever. 50-50, up or down. Trying to guess will make you a clown. All right, so yeah, now we're looking for support around the opening price, 45.2950. If we don't find it there, we're likely to start pushing lower, looking for support around 45.24. Tesla doing another stock split. Go for it, I say. Split them all. Anything to bring in more dumb money. Bring it in. Let's get it in here. Back up the truck. It's important to note the sellers are in charge right now, but they're not getting much for it. They're working really, really hard. And they are not getting much for it. So I think there's support waiting down here. I think there's buyers ready to buy. John Q, my daily trading affirmation. Today I will win. I will not lose. I will fight until I win. I control the outcome. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I don't love the I will fight until I win. Sometimes, when your brain goes into fight or flight mode, when it goes into that like revenge, I'm going to get my money back mode, it actually shuts off your critical thinking. You actually don't think as well. So it's much better to approach the market from a calm, relaxed mode. So I would say it more like my losses will be lessons that I will use to win money in the future, or something like that. Something more along the lines of like accepting the losses, but then understanding that they are part of the process of making money. John Q, haha, just kidding. Well, I'm serious. I love mantras. So I think it's actually a good idea. If anyone here hasn't tried my hypnosis track, give it a try, man. Just listen to it every night for 2 weeks before you go to bed. I am in the flow of the market. Mixed Talkster. Well, if you turned it off, it didn't work for you, brother. That's the problem. Man, they're just giving us no clear insights here. Like I said, the sellers are in control, but they are not getting much for it. So they're likely to give up here pretty soon. Ronald, Charles, you posted a Michael Jordan quote. How many times he lost because he was given the last game-winning shot and missed? Oh, yeah. And it's not just Michael Jordan. It's all those successful athletes, one after another. Whenever you find somebody who's truly the greatest at whatever they do, part of their success is accepting failure. Always. Part of it is like when they lose, they don't let it make them feel bad. They just accept that, like, sometimes I'm going to take the game-winning shot and I'm going to miss. But sometimes I make that game-winning shot and I'm the hero. So I'm going to take that shot every time. And on the times it doesn't work out, it's just not going to bring me down. I'll show up the next day. I'll put in more work. I'll practice that shot for hours and hours and hours. But I'm not going to let it emotionally affect me. I'm not going to let it take away my drive to win. It seems like such a simple thing, but that is truly what separates the greats in anything from everyone else. They're not smarter. They didn't have a better teacher. Sometimes they're lucky, but even that, not really that big of a thing. It's usually about the ability to stay mentally tough and mentally focused through hardship. Fat Thor, except they don't blow their account. They still get that paycheck. Well, that's not fair, though. That's, there are people like surgeons, for example. A surgeon is a very stressful thing. Sure, they get paid, but for most of their career, they don't make good money. They make terrible money up until they finally get their, residency at the end or whatever. And they've got people's lives in their hands. Like, you think blowing up an account is painful? Imagine performing surgery on somebody and killing them. Right? But it's the same fundamental idea that when, someone who's learning surgery kills somebody, their mentor surgeons will say to them, you cannot let this get you down. You're going to kill some people. It's part of learning. And you must just accept it. All right. Well, I don't want to jump the gun, but it feels like that may have been a last hurrah for the sellers there. The buyers might be ready to take control once again. So I'm watching to see, can they keep these ticks trending higher now? Can they keep them above the zero line and pushing higher? And can they get back above yesterday's high, Friday's high, and get some continuation? And with that, I shall bid you all farewell. Trading donkey. It's true. I said it. That's the quote. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Monday to everyone. And if you're not a member of the brigade, I shall see you here tomorrow morning. If you are, let's ride.